Pisces, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the next few months. Let's now start with your main energy. Okay, we got a new moon in Pisces, and your first message today is meditate and contemplate. When this message comes up, it's time to stop everything you're doing. Stop thinking or overthinking about a situation, because there is a message that is trying to get to you. A message that you can hear just with silence. We all have a tendency to think that messages are made of written words, but especially water signs, and especially you, Pisces, should know that when you let yourself connect to your intuition, you start receiving all kinds of messages that can truly help you solve an issue or move forward overall. And you know this already, which is making me think that perhaps there is something that you or someone around you are trying to purposely silence and put aside. And we need to dig deeper into this message in order to understand why that's the case and how to solve the overall situation. So let's do that. Let's do our 3 shuffles and let's begin with your reading. Okay. Oh, Pisces. Yeah, I definitely see what this was about. I mean, the King of Swords followed by the Two of Cups reversed. There is something here that you are actively trying to put aside because you don't want to all of a sudden lose control over your own thoughts and emotions. We see right here that you're trying to put an end to this, to put an end to a situation that sometimes you might revisit, but that always ends up not working out in your favor. The energy of the King of Swords belongs to someone who is experiencing all kinds of feelings, but who purposely decides to repress them so that they won't take over. Don't mistake this person as someone cold and distant because they don't care. This is someone who's cold and distant because they care too much instead. Something right here, there is something that overall you would like to talk about, honestly. Something that you would like to let out, but that you are not letting out at the moment for fear that it will become real. Sometimes we don't bring things up because we know that once we talk about it, once we let our friends, our family know, then it will become real. It will be part of who you are in that moment in time, and you won't be able to hide it anymore, as you might do when you are the only one knowing about it, the only one dealing with this. With this combination, we also see that in the past, a conversation or an event brought up information and words that maybe you did not expect to hear. Something made you overall reevaluate this whole situation and made you feel as though you were standing in front of a stranger, someone you didn't recognize anymore, and someone who felt very different from the person you originally fell in love with. There is some sort of rude awakening, and unfortunately, it put you in a position where you found it hard to figure out what move to make next, finding it hard to even distinguish what was real and what wasn't anymore. This could be something that just happened or something that has happened months, even years ago, but that today is still impacting you for a reason that we'll have to find out about. Now, in the middle of the reading, we see the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords. What we see with the Eight of Swords, which also shows a mirror in the picture, telling us that this energy doesn't belong to one person only, but it belongs to the both of you instead. And what we're seeing here is that regardless of who was right and who was wrong, you both ended up being equally hurt by this in a way that neither of you really anticipated. This is that foundation that it's right underneath you, that you don't think about anymore. You just take it for granted, used to the fact that it's there and that it's not gonna go anywhere. But when events like these happen, it truly feels like a major earthquake, making you realize that the very foundation you're standing on can move, can change, and can fall apart, forcing you to have to rebuild yourself from scratch. Now, as we were saying also at the beginning, someone here really wants to appear as though they're not impacted by this. They're strong, they have nothing to talk about. And given that mirror, I'm starting to think that it's not just you, Pisces. Someone here is trying hard to make sure that you won't know how painful this actually is for them. I see someone here suffering in silence, staying quiet, when instead they have so much to say, but they feel that perhaps there is nothing more to gain at this point. And they do sacrifice their need to talk in order to maintain also some sort of dignity and mental sanity as well. I see right here with this Queen of Wands, in fact, that they are acting as though they're having the time of their life, that they're fine. They don't need anything or anyone. But the truth being is that behind that Queen of Wands, underneath that Queen of Wands, underneath the surface, we see the truth. And the truth is that this person is missing you more than you can imagine. Also, I see that someone here is truly not willing to build expectations around this anymore. And it might be you. Building expectations around a situation that, although once was beautiful, brought to you one of the hardest time in your life. But again, it's not a switch that you can just turn off. It's not black or white. It's something that comes and goes, and that at times makes one of the two of you wonder, why do I still think about this? And how many times am I going to pretend that you're still here or that you can come back? All right, next we have the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Hermit. I feel like here we really connected, Pisces. There is something that I just said, gave me goosebumps, that you wanted to say and that I said for you. I hope that helps. Now, with the Ace of Swords, it feels as though some sort of information might have come up about this person, or it's going to come up soon actually. And that's definitely one of the reasons why you are thinking about this right now. You either are in the middle of it, or your intuition is anticipating this at this moment. You know that you are a water sign, and so you should know this. You are a very empathic sign, and your own energy is deeply impacted by the energies around you. This makes you predict things, makes you see things before they actually happen, whether you are aware of it or not. And this might very well be an example of it. This Ace of Swords could represent a message from them or some information that a third party is going to give you about them. We will see what this is going to be when we clarify, but what we see right away is that This is going to leave you with a question, with a big question that you will try to internalize at first, given this hermit, and mainly because the last thing that you want to do right now is for you to reinvest into this, for you to focus on this once again. You feel that the first time this has happened, you might have not seen it coming. The second time this has happened, maybe you wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt. But right now, focusing on this again, you perceive it as something that would be a huge mistake. Nevertheless, this energy is calling you for a reason. Something is taking you there, Pisces, and sometimes we don't know why certain things happen, and we don't know why certain memories and thoughts come up on the surface again. But there might be a hidden reason that we need to find out about. So let's start clarifying and let's see what's behind all of this. Let's take a look into the other person's energy and let's see if and why they're trying to reconnect with you right now. What information is that Ace of Swords going to bring to you, and how this situation is overall bound to evolve in the next few months? I do think that this might be some sort of turning point for you, but let's start clarifying in order to get a confirmation for it. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Pisces, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal live 30-minute reading. The reading will be live. We will talk face-to-face on webcam, of course. Prepare for that. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well, please. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Pisces. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the upcoming events is the Nine of Pentacles. And what we see right here is that you are truly about to develop this independency, this inner stability that you really need considering what's about to come up next. The Nine of Pentacles shows someone who is not willing to wait for someone else in order to achieve stability and happiness. Someone who is saying, you know what, I have waited too long for you to give me something that I found out I can just provide to myself. And so we have a very strong and empowering moment coming up for you. But at the same time, with this Nine of Pentacles, I see moments in time when you are going to look around and realizing that some of these victories, you are celebrating them just by yourself. You are wanting to live your life as if you didn't need anyone by your side. Nine of Pentacles, who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? And so this is what you're trying to do. But at the same time, you are Pisces. You are someone who thinks that love is something very important. And you need to prepare for what's coming in, because this Ace of Swords brings a breakthrough moment, which will cause a new beginning. A new beginning with the Tower, that it's something unexpected, but that is coming your way nevertheless. So let's see what this is going to be about. And let's start by clarifying the Ace of Swords and the Tower. A message is coming your way. Wow. Okay, this is moving fast, and they want to tell you something that now we see why you were not expecting it. This person comes in with